Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. Today's video is going to be a sharing video and a chit chat video, so stick with me for this one. As you can see from the title, I want to share some of my favorite Mary Kay makeup products, but while I'm doing that, since I've never done a get ready with me video or a makeup tutorial or a makeup video on my channel, or any channel for that matter, I want to incorporate some chit chat elements. I typically enjoy watching those types of videos on YouTube, and I wanted to share a topic that I think deserves a little bit of attention, and then also share some of my favorite products. So whether you're interested in joining Mary Kay or not, or if you're not a Mary Kay consultant, I think you'll enjoy some of the products that I intend to share with you throughout this video. Now, some disclaimers. I'm not trying to recruit anyone. If you follow me along on my journey and my channel, you already know I'm not an active consultant per se. I do order products that I truly enjoy and that I want to purchase for myself, and then I will purchase products for a handful of clients that I still maintain. So that's that. And then the second part is I'm not trying to sway you either way on becoming a consultant. As you know, I love all things planning, and planning is a huge part of my life. That includes goal setting. So when I think about the goals that I've set over, the past few years, that was one of them. I did have some goals very specific to being a Mary Kay consultant, and I want to share my thought process with you because that's what I do on my channel. I share pieces of my life with the hope of helping you to balance, grow, and succeed in yours. So if you're new here, hey, welcome. My name is Coach D, and as I said, I love all things planning. So in today's video, I'm gonna add a little twist to it. I'm gonna share some goal setting tips for new Mary Kay consultants, as well as sharing some of my favorite Mary Kay products in this video. So I don't wanna chat too much. For this part, I wanna go ahead and jump in. So I do have a mirror here. It's just kind of the mirror for my bathroom. So I'll probably be looking this way some during the video and then back and forth at the camera. And as you know, I keep my notes with me. So I did jot down a few things around the topic of goal setting and planning. Now, if you're a new Mary Kay consultant, or you're thinking about becoming a consultant, or if you're looking to join any other MLM or network marketing company, I do believe these tips will be applicable for you as well. Not just for Mary Kay. I believe the thought process doesn't deviate too much across the spectrum. But anyway, so I do have my products, and I'll go ahead and share my favorites, and I will apply them on camera. So we're gonna see how this goes, so work with me. The first product that I enjoy are the eyeshadows. So this is how they come in a little carton. And these two colors are copper and pyrite. So these are the foil eyeshadow duos, and these I believe are not available anymore. The other palette that I created, it's a little bit, has makeup on it, but I created a Mary Kay palette. So in it, and this is well loved, well used, because I do enjoy the products. So in it, I have my eyeshadows and my blush. So these are my favorite eyeshadows, period. Not just Mary Kay products or Mary Kay makeup products. These are my favorite eyeshadows, hands down. I believe that Mary Kay does have some really well-made eyeshadows. Also, the blush items are down at the bottom, and then this was a limited edition set, and I think this may be discontinued too. I think it's Juicy Guava. So these are my favorite, hands down. And I think they apply really easily, really well. Again, if you're interested in any of these products, I'm not selling anything. You can go on the Mary Kay website and find a consultant in your local area that you can purchase from if you are interested in these makeup items. So this is Juicy Guava, and I think it looks great on all skin tones. The limited edition palette down at the bottom, they stick really well in here, is Glistening Horizon, and that's the palette. So those are my favorite products, the eyeshadows, the blush. I also purchased another palette. So I made this, and it has some highlights or highlighters in here, some highlight shades. These were limited edition as well. I'll pop them out so we can see the name. This is Gilded Glow. This one's really pretty. You should use a light, you should use a light hand when you apply your makeup products. And this is Copper Glow. Sorry, I had to twist my hand because I didn't want to twist it. But those are the two items, and I created, oh, you can probably see all the office mess. But anyway, so I created a little palette. And the last item that I will share is the Lash Love Mascara. This is Panorama. I love this mascara. So we're gonna go ahead and apply these items and move along with the video. So the first tip that I have, the goal setting tip that I have for new independent beauty consultants, or for anyone that's starting out in a network marketing company or an MLM, is to be realistic about what you can handle. So I know that may sound a little cliche, but you really should be realistic about what you intend to do with the opportunity, and keep that at the forefront of your mind, because the person who recruited you, they have goals too. And sometimes you may find that your goals may not align with the person that recruited you. And you have to be honest about that, to say, you know, that's not realistic for me. That's not why I joined. That's not my goal. This is what I feel I would like to accomplish with this opportunity. This is my capacity. This is my bandwidth. So I think if you start there with being realistic with yourself, and then having realistic expectations of your team, it'll help you to go far. I've read a lot of comments too. Like when I first decided to join Mary Kay, I came to YouTube and I looked at videos, both good and bad. I went to blogs, both good and bad, to understand, you know, what is the chances, or what are the chances of me really being successful given my lifestyle and the other things. I have my career. I enjoy my career. I wasn't looking at another business or opportunity as a way to exit my career or to really drastically change my life. And, you know, I was realistic about that. So I knew for me, I didn't want to get distracted, because I didn't want to overwork myself, I guess you could say, or set myself up for disappointment. I knew that I worked 9 to 5 and I had 4 kids, or I have 4 kids. So I had to run my own race and not really get too consumed with other things that were going on around me. So this one again is the Copper and Pyrite, and I put it in the kind of close to the tear duct side, and this is the foil eyeshadows. Now Mary Kay does have a eyelash primer. I'm not sure how I feel about it. So I didn't share that in today's video. So my face is already done, and I already have something on my eyelids that will suffice to help with the eyeshadow to stay. So I do use my blush as my eyeshadow sometime, and it helps to blend the face more cohesively to me, if we are to be honest. So I will use them as eyeshadows and not just for the intended or the marketed purpose of having them as a blush. So this is the blush that I'm using as my eyeshadow, and it is Golden Copper, and I think it applies really well. I do see some fallout, and you probably see it on camera too. I think it's just a part of using eyeshadows, to be quite frankly honest. Some eyeshadows have more fallout than others. I've used some eyeshadows that have had more fallout than what I'm experiencing today with this. One of the things that I also like to do with my eyeshadows is have something in like the tear duct or the first half, and then I will have a second color. I don't use more than 2 colors. That's me personally. I know some, some ladies use 2 or 3. I don't use more than 2 colors. This is the Mary Kay all over powder brush. I don't care much for the Mary Kay brushes. Mine have fallen apart. I am rough, like really rough on my makeup brushes. So it could be me, maybe it's user error and not necessarily the brushes, but I'm not a huge fan of them. The bristles could be a little bit softer. I also have, I think this is like a little cheapy brush from like the drugstore. And this feels about the same. And this brush was like $1.99 or something. So anyway, so that's the first tip that I have, is to be realistic, to let your team know your goals, let your upline know your goals, and to make sure that you run your own race. So this is the blush, and I am going to use it on my cheeks as well, even though I did also use it as my eyeshadow. And I tap it just to kind of make sure I'm not using a heavy hand with it. And I don't go all out, I don't go heavy-handed. So that's that. All right, tip number 2 is time management is key. So if you're a new beauty consultant, managing your time out the bat is gonna be so helpful for you. I feel like I didn't do enough of that when I was starting out. And I didn't, I knew I wasn't trying to, race to the top, because I couldn't handle growing in my career and, kind of growing a team just due to the nature of my particular work. For you, it might be doable, but it would not have been doable for me in that particular season or in this season. So I know sometimes people say, oh, it's really simple, sell, book, recruit. And I get it. I've watched some ladies kill the game. Like really nail it. Like, do a great job. And I'm so excited to see that. But for me, I knew my work week was crazy. So if I was going to an event after work, then I had to make sure that I was leaving enough time to get home to tuck my kids into bed. And if I was staying at a meeting until 8, then I'm getting home late. So I had to manage that expectation of how many of those sessions after work I would go to, just knowing I would get home at a certain time. So for me, it was just managing my time and scheduling, which of course, as you know, is a big part of my life. So that's my tip to those that may be watching this video, or those that may be curious, is that time management is so important. It does take time. If you're hosting parties on the weekend, especially if you book back to back, I mean, that's your weekend. And if you're working full time, regardless of what your job is, if you're working during the week and then your weekend is hosting parties, I mean, that's your time. You have to factor that into your life. The trainings, I will say, are phenomenal. Mary Kay does some absolutely amazing training sessions. The tips, the advice that they give in the trainings are hands down the bomb, in my opinion. I think you can find things that you can apply to not just, an MLM business, but you can apply it to your life. So I enjoy the ladies that would share in the training session. So shout out to them for that. And this, while I'm applying it, is the Lash Love mascara. I already shared it and showed it, so I'm just applying it. It is my favorite. You can probably see the difference already in my eyelashes. When I apply my makeup, what you see here is how I apply it. No real, nothing fancy. Like, I'm a mom on the go. So I have to apply my makeup quickly oftentimes. Or, I might have the kids in the bathroom with me getting ready. They'll pop in, ask me questions. So typically I am multitasking when I apply my makeup. just like I'm multitasking now. So this is on the go mom life. So those are my 2 tips. Those are my favorite products. I hope that you found this video helpful. Again, it's not to sway or dissuade you either way. I just wanted to share my perspective, some of the things that I considered and some of the challenges I face, and also some of the positives, right? There's a lot to be said about choices that people make either for or against some of the network marketing companies, not just Mary Kay. So, I mean, this is just my perspective and what I experienced, what I found helpful, and I hope that you can find it helpful too. Give this video a thumbs up. Also hit subscribe. I would love to welcome you to my YouTube journey. I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye, guys.